Well, hello, welcome. I'm glad that you're with us as we continue our chronological read through of the Bible. Well, today we're going to return to the narratives of Kings and Chronicles. We're going to learn about the reign of King Josiah. Josiah became king. He was only 8 years old. Now, Josiah was very faithful to Yahweh. He purged not only the land of Judah, but also much of the land of Israel, the northern kingdom, of the altars and symbols and prophets of the Baals and all the other gods that Israel and Judah had come to worship under their evil kings. Now, you might wonder how Josiah managed to be able to get into the northern kingdom because obviously that was Assyrian territory, but Assyria was starting to struggle. They were having trouble keeping control over all of their lands, which opened up the opportunity for Josiah to re enter that land that had historically belonged to Israel. Now, not only does Josiah basically utterly destroy these various abominations, the Ashereth poles and the altars and even the priests and so on. But he makes sure to desecrate them as well. In other words, he's showing complete disdain for all of these abominations and everything that they stand for. Now, Josiah then ends up restoring the temple. And in the process of repairing and restoring the temple, a book of the law was found and it was read to Josiah. You have to remember that this had basically, the writings of Moses had basically disappeared from the life of the people of Judah. They didn't know about them. While Josiah was horrified that Judah was not following God's command, and he inquired of God as to whether the punishments declared in them would indeed take place. God responded through, or well, actually, they inquired through Huldah, the prophetess, and God responded through her, confirming that indeed these punishments are going to take place. This discipline is going to happen. But God declares a reprieve, that these things won't take place during the reign of Josiah, because Josiah's heart was for the Lord. His heart and his actions were dedicated to Yahweh, true to Yahweh's word. Um, in continuing to read the law, Josiah comes across the Passover festival. And so Josiah arranges, of course, he's horrified that they haven't been celebrating the Passover, and he arranges the most extravagant Passover celebration that there had ever been as he and the people celebrate God's deliverance. Now, the circumstances surrounding Josiah's death seem to be a little bit at odds with his otherwise faithful life of listening to God's word, of listening to the word of the Lord. Pharaoh Necho II was going up to help Assyria confront Babylon. So he's going up the coast of the Mediterranean Sea. Josiah, possibly seeking favor with Babylon, decides to confront the Egyptians on their way. And Necho warns him that he's on a mission for God. Um, but just the same, Josiah enjoins the Egyptians in battle. Um, Apparently, Josiah either didn't believe the words of Necho, didn't accept them as the words of Yahweh. It's really hard to say. Josiah is mortally wounded in the battle. He returns home to Jerusalem where he dies, and he's buried with the kings. Now, things change just incredibly fast after that. After Josiah's death, his son Jehoahaz is made king. Within 3 months, all the reforms that Josiah had done are out the window. Judah had returned to its idolatrous ways. Now, Jehoahaz is deposed after just 3 months by the king of Egypt, and he's replaced with his brother Eliakim. Eliakim's name is changed then to Jehoiakim. Now, Jehoiakim is just as bad as his brother Jehoahaz. Um, he does evil in the sight of the Lord. The reforms of Josiah, well, basically they all but vanish into thin air, and Judah is once again engrossed in worshiping and idol worship and worshiping the gods of the peoples that surround Israel rather than Yahweh. All right, well, once again, I pray that our time has been helpful, that as you read these passages, the thoughts shared will help you to understand a little bit better what's going on. May God be with you, bless you. I look forward to meeting with you again the next time.